Hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish-kristyn. Today, we are going to be having ourselves a little WIP and chatty rant. What is a WIP and chatty rant? You may be asking yourself. WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress, and a chatty rant is me chatting and ranting about the goings-on over the past week or so. First, there is music in the intro. Yay, we will talk about that in a moment after we go through our supplies and all that jazz. My WIP is The Last Supper. This is from Jaded Gem Shop, and it is a 40 by 180 centimeter canvas. So this is the section that I have done. I'm gonna move it along. I'm gonna move my notepad over there. So this is how far I have gotten. So we're gonna go, we're gonna slide, we're gonna slide, we're gonna slide. Excuse me. Allergies are just kicking my butt. And then I am right here at the middle line. I accidentally ripped the plastic. That's why this piece of release paper is taped here. Once I work on another canvas and I have a piece of plastic that I can replace it with, I will just kind of layer it in. But for now, that's what we're working with. Hello, Duncan. I did cut around the edge. So as you can see, this is going to be the last piece that I work on in the middle. So the painter's tape and the release paper are not cutting it. Because it's been rolled up and it's all wobbly and wonky and whatnot. That's okay. So where we're going to be working today is keep going, keep going, keep going. We're going to be working right here. So as you can see, oh, I have, my clips were magnetized to the back of the cover minders. I have 2 release paper rows, and then I use the really big release paper, and I cover the little plastic edge from the cover because, yeah, cats. So we will be working right here before we zoom in. Oh my gosh. Here's our supplies. We have pink tweezers, scissors. I have my donut poolside Pippy pen. Say that 5 times fast. This is from KnSCustom Pens. I had it custom made. I did get my new alien putties. Yes. I got the trash can and it is bulging open. I got the original blue because I never actually got original blue. And I got the sunshine. The sunshine is what is in my pen. And I loaded it up when I got it, but I might, you can see, I might add just a little bit more to that. Because it is a little bit softer, but seriously, look at how colorful that is. Oh my gosh. So stinking pretty. And it has a little fragrance, which normally I am not a fan of, but it's not overpowering. Okay, I'm like doing this super awkward. Awesome. And so sometimes what I will do is I will just add in a little bit to the top and push it in and call it good. I think this end is probably good. If it doesn't pick up the drills, then yeah. And I actually added a magnet to the inside of this so it will stick to my IKEA rolly cart that I put my drills in. So if you have one of those, try it. It also works if you just stick a magnet underneath, but I wanted to try it that way. And then this is a Yellow Dog Designs tray. All right, let me zoom in. Oh yes, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm all over the place. Shocking. This is the ProCase 65 that I modified to add in all these extra bottles in. And then of course I have my Bees Crafty Corner release papers. These are the Halloween costume Pippies. All that will be linked down below, as well as the latest and greatest Pippy the Crafty Peep Halloween stickers. So yeah, oh, falling off. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let me zoom in and we will get started. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's take the cover minders off. I use cover minders to help hold my release papers in place when I already have drills down, because, you know, sometimes they don't stick nicely. I love this holographic Pippy paper. Oh, it's not zooming. Why are you not focusing? Nice. Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. Put that under there for now. All right, let me find a color that is jumping out at me. And we will get started. We will do Mr. Heart. 310s have been trashy, as most are. Oh, and I don't have my trash tray. We're just gonna open up one of these. We're gonna pick out some of these like overly curvy one. Oh no. No, okay, it's gonna be one of those days. Oh great. Okay. We will just play it by ear. So before I forget, I hope everybody is doing well. Yes, I got some new music. So the day that I got the copyright claim, okay, so give me one of those. So can you zoom? No, there is too much putty in my pen, so I'm going to just trim off that tiny little bit, and you can't even see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to put it on the end. So there we go. Okay. The day that I got the copyright notice saying that someone else owned the music that my husband fooled around and made in GarageBand, I went onto Pixabay, and I was like looking at the music, and you know, I already explained some of this, but it was very confusing because some you could use, some you couldn't use. So I found a song that had a little section that I kind of liked, and I emailed the creator of the song, and said, hey, I have a channel, it is monetized, I don't put anything offensive or bad out. Could I potentially use a little snippet of your song in my opening credits? And I didn't hear anything back, and I was like, well, I mean, for all I know, somebody created it 5 years ago, and they don't check that email address. But I got a response back, and he said, yes, that's totally fine. So big awkward hug thank yous to, I don't know how to pronounce the username because I will mess it up, because no matter how hard I try, I will probably get it wrong. But it's HADDEMAN77. So huge thank you for letting me use a little clip of your song, because yeah, that was kind of stressing me out a little bit. It's like I don't need more stress, right? I don't know about anyone else, but I tend to have certain times of the year where my stress, my anxiety, I don't want to say panic attacks, because I don't believe I have panic attacks, but I definitely feel panicked, if that makes sense. It goes into high gear, and I think, and I've talked to several other people, and they all kind of have said the same thing. Like when a loved one, maybe passes away, or let's say you were in a car accident, or, just something bad happened, you kind of remember that exact time of year. And so when that time rolls around, even if you're not thinking about it and, fixating on it, your body and your brain just, they remember it. And so I know for, my husband and I, The September, October, November, December time is just, I don't want to say it's a traumatic time, but I can't think of a different way to say it. And so starting kind of with Labor Day weekend is when we had just a bunch of things go wrong during this period of time. And not all during, the same year or anything, but just over the years, we've had a lot of people, get sick, get diagnosed with things, pass away. Just, it's a time. And so I think this past week, my body has just been like holding on to all of that. And at first I was like, why am I feeling like this? And then I was like, oh yes, that's right. It's that time. So for the past week, and I finally don't kind of feel it anymore. I felt like I had like a gas bubble caught in my chest. And I did Google, signs of a heart attack, because I was like, what if I'm having a heart attack? No, I'm not having a heart attack, because, I don't want to be all TMI or anything, but I would just randomly burp super, super, super loud. And I'd burp, 4 or 5 times in a row. And I would feel like it got a little better. And then it would come back. So I don't think it was a heart attack. But still, I was like, oh my gosh, why do I feel like this? Why do I have no energy? Why am I, just kind of feeling drained? And then I remembered, yeah, no, it's that time of year. So, yeah. It goes away. It does go away, but, you don't want to not feel your best. That's for sure. Especially when you feel like you have, all this stuff that you should be doing, or even things that you want to do, and, just feeling like crap. It just drains you, and it makes you not want to do anything. So getting to use some music, that was definitely one thing off the plate, so to speak. And then I got my alien putty. That was exciting. And I did not buy anything this year for, diamond painting updates. So that's good. That is very good. Let's see. I did finish Prisma. I will put a picture up. Oh my gosh, these are so trashy. Of Ms. Prisma. Looks amazing. Oh my gosh, so freaking amazing. And there's no special drills in that canvas. It is all just the standard drills. I do believe it's that Erin's Diamond Addiction uses Evermoment. And if you've ever, had Evermoment drills and whatnot, they are very nice. It's the same with Jade Gem Shop. So I got that one done. I did not do anything on the stained glass cross. I was mainly working on Prisma to try and finish that, so I could have a finish for the month. Not that I track. I track my finishes, but I don't, tell myself I need to have X amount of finishes a month or a year or anything. That just would fill me with a little too much anxiety, and I don't need that. I know some people, they thrive off of, setting goals and stuff like that, but not me. It just kind of stresses me out a little bit. So if I get something done, I get something done. But it is nice to have a finish, I will say. And I filmed several videos to try to kind of get ahead of the busy season, if you will. I did not work on the stained glass cross, and I just started working on this one after I finished Prisma and everything. So this is the first row on this new side of the kit. So I'm 50% of the way done, but it's still 90 centimeters of diamond painting. So there's a bit to go. So I think I'm going to do 2 rows of this before I pick up the stained glass cross and do a row on that. I didn't do any on the cat lady yet, and I have not done any on my super, super colorful pink bear canvas, but technically that's for, you know, an event that starts in September. We are not in September yet. We are almost there though. Oh my gosh. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, those blacks are a little hard to see. And what else? Let me look at my little list. See, we got the music. So, yes, so. And I still have not heard anything from either YouTube or the person who says they own the music. I'm just going to leave the video kind of up in the scheduled folder, if you will, just to kind of see what happens and what comes from it. Because they were saying that if the person who owns the music, and I'm using air quotes, but I'm not actually using air quotes because I don't want to drop my pen, if they say, oh no, it's fine, you know, they can use it and be monetized, no big deal, then I, in theory, would get all the profits from the video. I mean, and the profits are not huge by any means, but if they do say, hey, yeah, you know, this is my music and they can use it, but I want a cut of it, then they just automatically get a portion of it? Like, no. So I just kind of want to see what happens. So it's scheduled for like a month in advance because I already re-released that video without music. So now it's just kind of an experiment. We'll see what happens. So either way, hopefully that's all taken care of. Because I really did not want to pay for a music subscription to, you know, some music site. Not that I don't think the people, you know, should be compensated for their hard work. I am going to ask because you can make donations to the people on the Pixabay website. So I am going to see if I can do that for the lovely, lovely, lovely person who created the music that said I could use it. Because I do feel like people should be compensated for their work. I just don't want to pay $15, $16 a month for a music subscription for a 10-second clip. Just, no. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. So yeah, okay, why is that so hard to see at this angle? Why did I pick black too? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, there's that. Okay, they keep falling off my pen, so I may need to add a little bit more putty to the multi-placer end. So that's another thing. You know, I mean, I know you can take the putty out and stab it and cut it and all that. I've already done that a few times with this particular putty. So if, for example, like of course it's not going to zoom. Why would it zoom? It's going to zoom right there where it's, nope. Anyways, what I might do is just add a little tiny bit to the top, and that'll refresh it without taking out the entire thing of putty and throwing it away, because that just seems silly. It's not necessary to replace everything. You just need to refresh the top bits. Okay, what can I see? What symbols? I know I missed some blacks. We're just gonna ignore that. Let's do Mr. R. R, R, R. Let's see. I don't know how many R's are even in here, so too many is better than not enough. And then I was going to give a shout out, and if you are a true crime lover, then I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go over to Mushmellow at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, and she is doing now it's things every other week now, a video series called Tales from the Crypt, you know, like crypt and whip. Love a pun, where she is researching a true crime story and diamond painting at the same time and kind of talking about it and all that stuff. So very, very entertaining, and it definitely takes some legwork and some research. And so go ahead and I will put a link down to the latest one. But yeah, let's show some other creators some love, because we all could use some encouragement and good vibes, you know, because life is hard, adulting is hard. That's why I'm wearing my Care Bear sweatshirt today. Well, I mean, I wear it days when life isn't hard, but I mean, when is life not hard? So we have that. Okay. So these two symbols, I don't know if you can see them. One is airplane, and why are you not focusing? One is airplane and one is a tree. And if I turn the canvas on the side, it's questionable. And they are kind of the same color, which I'm not crazy about. I wish that they would have made them a different color. But the good thing, as long as it's not a face and they're kind of the same color, I'm not gonna pick them off if I do them wrong or I put one in the wrong spot, you know. Just, I am not that picky about the colors and the things being in the right place. So I mean, if it was a face, yeah, I probably would. But if it's just part of the drape of the clothing, that's only 3. Take one off. Then I am not going to bother. Nobody will know except for me, and I will forget. So it's fine. I did not fill any Pippy stickers out this week. It's been a busy week. This is our last full week before school starts. So our school starts the day after Labor Day, although some schools around us start this week. So like today, Wednesday, or Thursday, or whatever. So it's very weird because there are so many different school districts all in a very, very, very small area. And they all have completely different schedules. So it makes it interesting. Oh, yep. And I have a new log book. I will make a video when I actually print it and, you know, write in it and stuff like that. But I was working with Galaxy the Alien Queen, and I will link her Facebook group in the box as well. And she is the one that did our graphic for Mushy and I's pink and black event in January. So give her some love. She does have some standard ones available, but to make your own custom with your own, you know, custom colors, themes, blah blah blah, it was only like $5 more. And I was like, well, that's a no-brainer. Okay, I'm looking for airplanes. I don't see any more. There could be some. So that will be exciting. I just have to print off some of the pages and then fill them in. And I think I'm going to put them in a binder. Only because one of the things that drives me insane about just the kind of like standard notebook way that I do it now. Okay, I saw that one. It's not down. Is that sometimes I will start WIPs, but I won't finish them in order. So then if I want to figure out, you know, what order I finished something in, I have to kind of be flipping back and forth. So that's kind of annoying. So I think I'm going to do a 3-ring binder so I can hole punch them, and then I can take the papers out and move them around. I think that will work better for me. But I like the idea of having it bound, like spiral bound or something. But sometimes you have to go with the functionality of things over, you know, what you think you're going to use. You know, I think we all know ourselves and we know what will work for us and what might not work for us. So that is what I am going to do. And I will put a picture up of the Quackers family. They are wearing their summer clothes, kind of. Well, not really, but Mrs. Quackers is wearing her summer clothes. And then we have the kid Quacker, the Quacker kids, if you will. And Daddy Quackers is wearing his gnome outfit. So yeah, they are doing well. Nobody tipped over in the wind and the rain. Nobody got wet because I made sure to push them away from the elements. So yeah, they're just hanging out, having a grand old time. Okay, I just saw where I was going to put those. 2. We have 3. And we did our last bit of back to school shopping. Oh my goodness. So, teenager, we got pants from Old Navy. We ordered them. Yeah. They were too short. So, I had a feeling that the 30s would be too short, and they were. I washed one pair, and they shrunk up. I was like, Krabby Patties, that's not going to work. So then I ordered all new pairs in the next length up, and now, of course, they're too long, but you'd rather have them too long than too short. So I took my daughter to Walmart to do the last bit of clothes and, oh, that didn't even put a diamond down. Crayons, pencil, pouches, blah, 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 all that stuff. Yeah. She kept picking up stuff, and I'm like, no, we're not here for slippers. She said, well, what if they have pajama day at school? And I'm like, if they have pajama day at school, you probably shouldn't be wearing slippers to school, because they will get wet, because it's Washington, and it rains. And she's like, well, then I could just wear them around the house. And I said, yeah, but that's not school supplies. Fine. I'm the meanest mom ever. I'm like, it's fine. I know, I'm so mean. So we got lots of stuff. We did pick up a cat onesie from the pajama section, and then we got her brother a Garfield onesie from the pajama section, and then she chose she's like, oh, I want this Squishmallow so bad. And I was like, fine, whatever. So in theory, we only picked up 3 extra things, which for us is not too shabby, but it still cost me $299 exactly. It's like, good God, man. So yeah, but that's done. Now we just got to actually, pack up the backpacks and stuff like that. And it's, we didn't get Kleenex because they didn't have Kleenex near all the back to school stuff. And I was not about to, our Walmart has the back to school stuff in 2 different places. So you walk through and they have some office supply stuff next to the, the videos and the video games and the books and all that. Well, this lady who worked at Walmart kept walking right in front of me, and my daughter's trying to push the cart, and I don't know if she thought she was on supermarket sweep or what, but she's trying to run the cart, and I kept saying, you need to stop because you're going to hit someone. And she's like, no, I'm not going to hit anybody. I can't believe you say that. And I said, it's not that I think you're going to hit somebody on purpose. Somebody is not going to be paying attention, and they're going to walk in front of you, and you are going to hit that person, and that person is going to get annoyed, or they're going to get injured, and they're going to yell, and then I'm going to have to yell, and I don't want to deal with it, so let's just not. How about we not? I said, I'm not doubting your cart pushing abilities. I mean, I kind of am, but it's more the factor that, you know, people are walking around and they are not paying attention. I mean, the lady who worked at Walmart who kept walking in front of me and my daughter almost hit. I almost let her, honestly, because it was like the third time. And I almost just, you know, said, like, you're going to get hit, lady. I mean, at this point, I don't even feel sorry for you because you keep walking in front of us. But yeah, so we did not hit anybody at Walmart. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. And they did not really have much of the Halloween stuff out, which is fine. It is only August still. But we didn't get Kleenex because I couldn't. We kind of looked at the area by the video games and stuff, but the Walmart lady kept walking in front of me, and so I was like, forget this. Like, because she's just stopped in the middle of the aisle looking at her little screen thingy, and I'm like, no. So we went to the, you know, official school supply section. But they were missing some things that we needed, like the wireless headphones and the Kleenexes and some of the stuff. And I was like, I will just order those on Amazon. I'm not going back. I've already made it this far. We're not backtracking. So we did that. Got that stuff done. Yippee freaking skippy. And teenager doesn't really need any new clothes. I mean, he could care less about new clothes. All we needed really for him was pants and shoes. And we did that already. So, yay. So, we're doing good. But nobody is ready to go back to school. Nobody's ready to get up early in the morning. Yeah. It is going to be a struggle. It will be a struggle. But it will be fine. I mean, it has to be fine, right? We all just got to grin and bear it and do it. You know, most people get up every morning like functional human beings. We can be part of that population. I know we can. We've done it. We do it. It's just everybody turns into a feral cat during the summer. It's like you turn on the light before 8 o'clock in the morning and it's like... Trust me, I feel it. Okay, that was, I think there's probably more S's. If you're new, I will end up skipping a bunch and it's fine. I can only see so much with the lights glaring and whatnot. So, it's not about perfection. Because if it was, I would not be doing this on camera because I can't talk and place diamonds straight to save my life. Come on. Oh, yes, we did go and have... Oh, I just dumped those dryer sheets out in there. Seriously. That was a lot of dryer sheets. Dang. That one must have been really staticky. My son had a friend over, and they were playing video games and got, like, Domino's pizza and stuff. So we had a little mini girls' time. My mom, daughter, and I. And we went and got a pedicures, which is slightly funny because literally summer is over and now we're not wearing sandals, but you know, it's fine. But you know, nail places are weird because even though you make an appointment, that doesn't mean you're going to go back at that time. There's no guarantee, you know. I mean, I get it. They will take people if, you know, if they can get people in. I mean, they want to get in as many people as possible. But it's frustrating when you have an appointment, you make the appointments, and then you can't be seen, you know, at the time of your appointment. So we were sitting there being as patient as we could be. And then they took us back and they put us all next to each other. And I had my daughter sit in the middle. And so this employee starts coming, you know, over and working on my feet. And then another one starts working on my mom's feet. And I didn't realize that there was nobody coming right away to work on her feet. So she's kind of like, well, what the heck? Like, what about me? And I was like, I'm sure somebody's coming, you know? Like, look at how many people are in here. It's just got to be patient, saying all the right mom things, trying to calm people down. So she's like, I'm bored. This is dumb. I don't want to be here. I'm like, I can't get up right now because there's literally somebody cutting my toenails. And so finally, I got her a drink. So she was happy with that, but was a little annoyed that they wouldn't start working on her feet at the same time. Or, if I would have known, I would have been like, hey, do her feet first. Because her attention span is shorter than mine. So I was like, okay. Finally, somebody came over and, oh my gosh, the lady asked her one question. She said, how are you doing? And she's like, blah, 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 blah. Just starts unloading her life story about, how we went school shopping and, we got a big Squishmallow and it's, a cat and it's a witch and it's for Halloween and how much she loves Halloween. And I the lady was, smiling and nodding, but I don't know how much she was actually paying attention and following what she was saying. She was just kind of like, oh yeah, yeah. So then, my daughter starts talking about how, she loves Squishmallows so much. She loves them and she wants to collect them all. And she wants to make a bed out of Squishmallows. And she wants to make a house out of Squishmallows. And she wants to drive a car made out of Squishmallows. Like, just the amount of times she said the word Squishmallows, I was like, my eyes were just kind of like, oh my gosh. And, it's not that I felt bad for the other people who were in there getting their nails done. But if they had been going there to have a nice, relaxing time, no, it was not quiet, that's for sure. So after we had the Squishmallow diatribe, then she starts talking about how she wants to get ducks. And that, me and Dad are mean because we won't get ducks as pets. Even though I tried explaining multiple times that you don't do anything to take care of the cats that we already own, oh, why on earth am I gonna get more animals, right? And number one, I don't want to take care of ducks. I don't want to take care of any animals. Like, I want animals to love me, but I don't want to, brush and bathe and scoop and all that stuff. And she's like, well, I will start, cleaning the cat's litter box. I will feed them. And I'm like, I'm still not getting a duck. And I said, we don't have anywhere for ducks. And she's like, we have a big yard. I'm like, well, yes, technically we have 5 acres, but we don't have anywhere for ducks to live. I don't have I don't even know where ducks live if you have pet ducks. I was like, we don't have a duck enclosure. I don't have anywhere that's, heated or protected from the elements or from, other animals. And she's like, well, then we just need to buy a farm. And I said, oh, okay, great. With what money? Well, Dad, Dad's a manager. And I'm like, that doesn't mean we can buy a farm. Land is at a premium. And we live in the most expensive county in the state. So, no, I don't think I can afford property taxes on a piece of farm. It's already expensive enough. So, but she's just like, oh no, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Just smile and nod, right? So then the people sitting across from us, there was like a girl, and she came in with 2 guys, and one of the guys had like some tattoos and stuff, and then the other guy looked kind of younger. I'm not saying he was underage. I'm not saying that. He did not look like he was old enough to drink. But I also think nobody looks old enough to drink anymore because, 40s and all that jazz. So, my daughter's drinking a Diet Coke, and she goes, oh, well, they're getting orange juice. And I said, okay. And she goes, well, why are they, because you can tell we don't drink. She goes, why are they adding water to their orange juice? And I was like, it's not water. And she's like, well, what is it? And of course, you know, kids have no chill and they don't keep their voices low. So I texted on my phone to have her read. And I was like, it's, you know, they're having an alcoholic beverage. And her eyes got big and she goes, well, that kid doesn't look old enough to drink. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. That's not my business to check people's IDs. It's not my business. So I'm not the liquor control board. I don't know. I'm assuming they did. And she goes, well, I didn't see them do it. And I said, well, you were too busy talking about Squishmallows, so sorry. It's like, oh my God. You know, like you try to teach your kids, like, you know, when you give them a certain look or you know, motion or something, like that means stop talking about whatever it is you're talking about. But no, that did not work. So she's like, well, I want some orange juice. And I was like, no, we're not getting orange juice. You just suck down a Diet Coke. Like, we don't need orange juice. She's like, well, that's fine, because we're going to sushi. And I'm really hungry. So it's going to cost you a fortune. And I'm like, well, everything costs me a fortune. So yeah, probably. So that was our next stop, was to go and have sushi. And that was good. She's like, oh man, I'm so tired, you know. I'm like, oh, you are? She's like, yeah, I think we should eat as fast as we can so we can get out of here. There's a lot of people here. And I'm like, I completely agree. I also would like to get out of here because there's a lot of people here, but that's just because I don't want to be surrounded by strangers. So we did that. And that was a nice little kind of like pre-back to school treat. Then she's like, well, we should probably stop at Walmart and get some more Squishmallows. I'm like, oh, dear God, help me. I'm like, no, I think between the really expensive pedicures and the sushi lunch, I think we're good. I think I've spent enough money for one day. She's like, I guess, but I mean, we could. She's like, Grandma doesn't have any Squishmallows. And then, of course, my mom's like, well, I like Squishmallows. I'm like, oh, jeez. Like, everybody's ganging up on me. It's fine. I expect it. And I know they're just joking. Well, I mean, if I would have gone back to Walmart, she totally would have gotten more. Because my mom would have been like, oh, it's fine, sweetie. I'll just buy you some more Squishmallows. This is a present from me. You know? So, yeah. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, that morning. So, she got up and I walked upstairs and she came out of the bathroom and it kind of startled me because she was already dressed, which, you know, she was excited for, you know, the day. And usually it's, you know, pulling teeth just trying to ask people to get out of bed. And I was like, oh, wow, you're already dressed. And she goes, yeah, and I brushed my teeth too. And I said, wow, that's awesome. I was like, wait, you brushed your teeth before you ate breakfast? And she goes, yeah. She said, I had to. And I said, oh, okay, why? And she said, well, my mouth tasted like off-brand Fruity Pebbles. And I was kind of like, what? And she goes, my mouth tasted like off-brand Fruity Pebbles. And I was like, first of all, how do you know what off-brand Fruity Pebbles even taste like? Because I don't think I buy off-brand Fruity Pebbles. I don't even know if I've ever purchased Fruity Pebbles. Because nobody would eat that. Like, okay. You know, sometimes it's better not to ask questions and just smile and back up and just be grateful that one person is dressed out of however many there are that live in this house. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. We got these X's. And what else went on? Oh, okay. So, and I'm not trying to start controversy or, you know, make anybody feel, you know, a certain way or whatever. I'm just throwing that in here now. But I have been told from several people that they aren't allowed to enter some of their diamond paintings into like different events, because they are being told that the work is not licensed. So it's kind of it's a weird thing, right? Because like if you're hosting an event obviously you get to make all the rules and stuff you want, right? I mean, it's your event. You get to make the rules and, you know, the qualifications and all that jazz. But the thing is, and specifically, the two that I've heard directly about were Raven Diamond Art, which is more of like the horror Halloween style, and Rokari, which is definitely more horror based. So a lot of people probably haven't heard of that. But if you like horror images, check out Rokari, because some of them are terrifying, you know, in a good way. And the reason that Rokari is the art is not technically licensed because the owner makes it all herself. So you don't really need to license your own artwork, you know? But I guess people have been being denied from entering into certain events because it's not technically licensed, but it's, you know, I mean, she makes it all, you know, AI and whatever. And I don't know if it's an AI issue, but I kind of feel like if you're going to say that certain people or certain companies can't go into an event because of AI, that's a very slippery slope. Because the last time I checked, the big companies, a lot of them, some of their artists use AI, maybe not exclusively, but they still use AI to, you know, touch up and whatever else they do with the AI. I don't fully understand it. I'm not even going to pretend like I do. And then with Raven Diamond Art, it's not a traditional license, if you will, but it's, you know, they're allowed, they, you know, reach out to an artist and the artist gives them permission to, you know, make X amount of diamond paintings with that image, and then that's it. So it is licensed. So again, it's just, if you're trying to enter an event, I would definitely make sure that you really check, you know, the rules and the stipulations and everything, because I would hate for, you know, somebody to think that their thing qualifies and have it not qualify. Also, I believe, what was it? Sparkle Studio and the people who make Alien Putty, make your own wall art, their stuff is also not considered licensed for, I think, some of the same reasons that Rokari isn't, because they make all the art in-house. So they don't license it because they made it themselves. So yeah, I don't know, man. Diamond painting's supposed to be fun and not stressful. And I feel like it's becoming more and more stressful. So I will say that, you know, I can't influence what other people do, right? Nope. And that's not my job. Nobody gave me a diamond painting police badge. Thank goodness, because I don't want it. But for our pink and black event, I think, you know, the only requirements are to pick something you want to work on and, you know, have a good time. I'm sure there's maybe a few other little things, but yeah, just can't we all just get along and have a good time? That's all I want to do. So, oh, I wish they wouldn't put two circle symbols. I have like the no symbol and then the happy face symbol. And while they are different colors, and I can see them better on my iPad, this working flat, and one is brown, one is kind of a peach, but in this light, they are looking a little too similar for my liking. But the one, nope, see, I almost just put that there. The brown one, the no symbol, is one of the fairy dusts. And those have all been really high quality, I gotta say. I have not had much trash in the fairy dust drills with this kit. The blacks and the 939s and the dark browns, yes, I have. But, you know, we expect that, right? If I had a kit and there were no trashy blacks, I might be a little scared and wonder what kind of spell that the company put on to have immaculate dark drills. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I do have a code for Erin's Diamond Addiction. I'm all over the place. I will have it in the description box as well, but the code is Kristyn15, and you can get 15% off of your purchase if you want to try them out. I was very, very pleased, and I definitely will be ordering again. I'm trying to slow my roll just a little bit on ordering stuff right now because, yeah, I had a big old credit card bill this last month, which was my own fault because I apparently forgot to pay the credit card bill the month before. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to be responsible. I hate being responsible. It's the worst. But part of being a grown-up, right? Yeah, so we had, oh my gosh, I swear there was one day last week and both kids were playing video games online with friends. And first it was my son, and it sounds like he's being, you know, murdered and chopped up there. And, you know, first I'm like, okay, it's fine, right? And then it just sounded a little more ragey, and I was like, ugh. So I have to go up there, and I'm like, can you please not break your controllers because you're mad because you died or whatever, you know? So I'm like, okay, fine. So he's quiet-ish. Well, then my daughter starts screaming. I mean, and this is like, you know, I'm in the woods and somebody's chasing me with an axe screaming. So I run up there, and she's just laying there in bed, you know, playing Roblox with one of her friends. I was like, could you not, please? You know, because my heart is already beating hard. And, you know, I have the weird bubble feeling in my chest. And I'm like, seriously, just she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it anymore. I'm not even halfway down the freaking stairs, and she shrieks again. I was like, I opened both their doors. I'm like, if you people cannot stop, I'm going to turn the internet off, and you're going to have to sit and, like, talk to me and watch some kind of boring movie that I pick. You know, they were both horrified, so they did stop. But then the cats are starting to fight, and I'm just like, I'm done. I could not. I was trying to diamond paint. I could not do it. My brain and my chest and my stomach, I was just like, nope. It's going to be one of those nights where I just watch some YouTube on the couch because I can't do it. So that night, and it was still that night, you know, nobody wants to stop doing this. Nobody wants to get ready for bed. And I'm like, please, can we just brush teeth? Do this. Just please, 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 please. You know, sometimes you just get sick of having to ask the same question over and over and over and over again. The same requests over and over again. And so, you know, my husband gets home and he's like, why the hell is everybody still up? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying. And so, you know, of course they listen to him. I'm like, that figures. So my son goes in the bathroom to do his, like, you know, like brush his teeth and take his contacts out. And the cat literally jumps at him when he opens the door, and the cat gouges his toe. So his toe had this big old cut. It's starting to bleed all over. And I'm like, go clean that up. So before you get it all over, you know, the carpet, he goes in the bathroom, cleans it up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, just please, can people go to bed? Well, then, you know, the daughter's not tired. I'm like, of course you're not tired, because you were, you know, playing video games until 10 o'clock, and now your brain's all jacked up, and so she's laying there, and then all of a sudden she's like, I think I'm bleeding. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's got some weird mystery scratch going down her leg. She's bleeding. It looks like the cat attacked her, but I don't think, I mean, the cat was nowhere under her blankets, so I don't know if she just, you know, had a long nail or something that just scratched her leg. But I'm like, what is wrong with the house tonight? So I got her cleaned up, bandaged up, you know, like, like, okay, could we all just go to bed now? So, yeah, that was my brain was done, you know, and I already have a hard enough time falling asleep anyways, so my brain's, you know, going a mile a minute after, you know, that and the cat attacks and, you know, blood and just, ugh. And all I can sit there and I'm laying there and I'm like, oh, back to school is going to be so hard. Oh my gosh. So I may not have my WIP and chat next week. May be on Friday instead of Wednesday. Because Tuesday is when I usually try to film my videos, and we have some back to school drop off type things going on, and I don't know if I can do it. We'll see. You'll find out if there's a WIP and chat on next Wednesday or if it's a different video. But there will be a video. I just don't know what it will be. So yeah. It will be one of those days. Okay, I cannot, okay, see, okay, that is, see from the angle, this little one right here, I cannot see what it is, but I think it's a smiley face. So these are the fairy dusts. You can't really see them, but they have a very pale, shimmery silver on top of them. They are lovely, and I hope I have a bunch left over when I'm done with this kit to put in my spares. And that is one of the videos I actually recorded. I put away all of my fairy dusts, and there was some static. That was sad, but we did get it, got it taken care of, but whew, not static. And I tried using Mushy's static busting method that she found, but then I kind of realized I may have done it wrong because I was wearing fuzzy socks inside of my shoes, and I didn't know if that maybe added some, okay, that was almost a smiley face. Yeah, I don't know. I could have done it wrong. It's very possible. I do want to try one of the anti-static mats, though, that people who work on electronics use. I'm wondering if that might work better than the mouse pad. And I thought that we had one, but my husband said, no, I have a, what did he say? He has a different kind of mat, but I don't remember what it is. But it's not anti-static. Oh, like a soldering mat? Is that a word? That sounds like a word. It might not be. So, he did not have the mat that I thought he had. And kombucha update. Kombucha, it is fermenting. The Scooby is growing and doing what it's supposed to be doing. It definitely smells more like vinegar than it did a week ago. So that's good. Not quite ready to drink, I don't think. Probably another week, and then I can bottle it and replenish the liquid and do that. So I will keep you updated. It's not hard. It's just more like you have to wait. It's like sit around and wait. Hurry up and wait. Yeah. It's fine. But, I mean, everybody's like, can we drink it? Can we drink it? It's like, you need to stop touching it. Just leave it alone. That's all I'm asking you to do. Is just leave it alone. If you leave it alone, it will do what it needs to do faster. But if you keep futzing with it, then, you know, every time you move it or you disrupt it, then it kind of, from what the book sounded like, and it kind of sounds like crap, honestly, but maybe it's real, is that it disrupts the, you know, the harmonious vibes in the container. And so every time you touch it or you move it, then it kind of stops working and then it has to resettle back. But I don't know how long it takes because the book didn't say that. So maybe it's nothing, but it's like, just stop touching it. Please leave it alone. Don't get your germs in it. We don't need to corrupted and then have to start over, please. So that's that. Ah, yep. Okay, I don't know. Oh, there's a few more. So then I am going to call this good for today. Ugh, my poor husband. He was the manager all weekend at work, and then this week, you know, because he works until like 10 o'clock at night. Well, then this week they're like, well, you need to do this training class, and he's like, okay. Well, it's at 6 a.m. and he's like, that sounds awful. And they're like, well, this is the only time you can do it, so you have to do it. And he's like, well, that sucks, but okay. So he goes to this training class at 6 a.m. and luckily it's not very far from our house. And he comes home at like 7:30, and I was like, what the hell was the purpose of that? And they told him that there was no other, this is the only time they do it, so you have to do it this time. He's like, okay, fine. Well, it turns out there probably was a different time he could have done it. So he wouldn't have had to get up at 6 a.m. after working, you know, until 10 o'clock at night. I was like, well, that's just freaking great. It's just great. Oh, I keep finding random ones, and I'm going to. So I gotta stop trying to find them all, because I'm not going to find them all. So, all right. I am going to zoom. Whoa, that's zooming in. Let's zoom out. Okay. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. So, all right. Well, that is the section we are in. I did turn it because it was hanging off the table. So, if you guys enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys.